As a one-person business, you know that creating valuable, high-quality content is a crucial aspect of building a successful business. However, in today's crowded digital landscape, it's not enough to just simply produce great content. In order to truly stand out and build a loyal following, you must also focus on building deeper connections with your target audience. But first, we got to agree that people go to the internet for two things: to gather information, but also to build and foster connections with others. And at this point, we're pretty practiced up on finding information online. We have over 600 million active blog sites, with each site containing many articles inside of it. There's 11,000 plus courses on LinkedIn Learning, 30,000 plus courses on Skillshare, 157,000 courses on Udemy, and according to a 2021 report, 220 million students have taken at least one online course. And where I pulled that stat it was more formal education too. So that's not necessarily even accounting for the Skillshare learners, Udemy, Thinkific, Masterclass, all of those other places. So if you think about this, people know how to learn online. And for some of us, we're using AI tools such as ChatGPT, Midjourney, and the list can continue. And it's funny to think about because back in the early days of the internet, there were like little to no remote jobs, online shopping, or internet businesses. People were primarily leveraging this new tech to share and gather information faster and more efficiently. But then you let a couple decades go by and the utility that the internet provided made it unstoppable. And at this point, there's just no going back. However, between the rise in at-home workers, internet businesses like Amazon.com, plus the years of forced isolation thanks to the COVID pandemic, people were missing out on a fundamental element of what makes us human: connection, community, and camaraderie. But now that we're all armed with high-speed internet, remote video calls, and live streaming capabilities, we're more equipped than ever to be able to provide a more connected experience to our audience and our customers. I'll be the first to admit though that I've got plenty of room to make improvements in this arena. And the fact is, not many one-person businesses are noticing the shift and evolving with it. And to me, this screams massive opportunity. What do you think? Although it's true that adding valuable connection elements to your brand will depend on the type of business that you run. But for most of us here, it's more of a remote-based business, either selling a product, a service, or monetizing content like YouTubers do, for example. Now that we've laid down this foundation, to get your wheels turning on how to implement this in your business, here are 4 ideas to help foster connection and start to build a community with your audience. The first idea is relating to others through storytelling. Us as people, we're very much into hearing stories, sharing stories. We're story-based creatures, and there's a lot of content on the internet that supports that and proves that this is very true. And whether you're sharing your own personal experience through something or tagging into a story that other people can relate to in some sense, this is going to be really valuable to start to create that familiarity, that trust, and it starts to foster that connection like we're talking about. And you can do this on pretty much any type of platform. The second idea is inviting people into the discussion. For example, public or private online groups. You can do Facebook groups, you can do LinkedIn groups. There's plenty of places online where you can invite people into a discussion through creating groups. Or a spin-off of that could be something like recurring virtual events. For example, hosting a monthly hangout where people can just come in and be a part of the conversation. And the inverse of idea 2 takes us to idea 3, where as opposed to inviting people into a discussion, we're actually going out there and joining the discussion. So this could mean engaging in more forums, comment sections, or wherever your tribe hangs out online. And the fourth one I have for you today is including other people in your content. You could share other people's success stories, which goes back to what we're talking about within the storytelling aspect. This is a really good way to foster connections and start to build that community. And something similar but different would be UGC, which stands for user-generated content, where other people are creating content and then you're sharing it through your platform with your people, your audience as well. Or another example could be live streams involving Q&As, polls, trivia, etc. Makes me think of the show The Price is Right, where people were invited up onto the stage to play games and be a part of the show. You could do that as well, and you'd be including others in your content. And just to get the ball rolling with all of these ideas, what you'll find is you're sparking the opportunity to go a few layers deeper with your audience and invite them to connect with one another as well. Comment down below on which idea you've either tried or would like to start trying soon. And as an added bonus, it becomes really easy to structure your existing offers around this to either increase some of your prices or leverage it as an additional component to something you already sell. But even with all that being said, there is one major roadblock where most people tend to screw up. And honestly, it makes all the difference in being successful. So watch this video next to avoid the pitfall that has plagued so many other people. And until next time, peace.